Both teams manhandled ENCE recently. I mean, there's absolutely no hiding that. But the game against Vitality that we saw Spirit playing a couple days back, they played really, really well on this map itself, and actually had a terrible time on the terrorist side, but they really recovered it when it came to the CT for the most part, but it was too little too late. We're going to see their T side now, so hopefully this gives Godsend a little bit of an opportunity, because this is Team Spirit's map pick, and it will be difficult to overthrow them here. Godsend by no means are noobs when it comes to Inferno, but I do expect Team Spirit to take this one. This map, at least.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think also then going on towards Nuke, that's another very strong map for Team Spirit, so there is a chance for them to get a 2-0 if they do get this opening map especially. So I think it's going to be an interesting matchup, a difficult one for Godsent as well, for sure. Team Spirit, I do rate them. I think Itis balance is really strong. Obviously, Mir, he's been around for a long time. Ever since he was back on the Vegas Squadron lineup, he was looked at as like one of the next up-and-coming talents. And then Sumdai Young, another man. Magic's really young, new to the lineup. Well, not that new anymore, but in general, still kind of growing as a player. But right now, Team Spirit, they are setting themselves up just a pretty standard push over towards A. One smoke down towards Moto, I believe that is. One up close on the bomb site as well to allow them to try and actually isolate the fight in towards the pit. But for the moment, at least, no one from the CT is holding there. Instead, Sticko just hiding in the graveyard. Zen was trying to hold from default, and neither of them find success. So the bomb site is completely overrun. The bomb is planted without any kills being taken for Godsend. And now they're left in a very difficult 3-on-5 retake.
Yeah, this one definitely isn't going to be easy. First contact goes to Itis balance. He has two players pushing up close. A P250 to play with, and Crystal with no armor. This could be an easy frag for him, and he gets it. Turns his attention to Madden and deletes him as well. Maikelele in a 1v5, and he ain't feeling the ace clutch. Wants to go and save the armor instead. I think I definitely agree with him on this decision. Team Spirit, they've won the pistol round with 4 players alive. That is a good start for them on their map pick. Remember, like I said, it was 16-9 up against Vitality, and that was with them playing out, starting on the T side, and winning 2 rounds. They still managed to pull it all the way back when they went to the defense. That was a huge hiccup, not something I was used to seeing from Spirit, but of course, Vitality are a very difficult team to overthrow when they're popping off.
Yeah, they are going to go right in for the force buy, though. I've always said this on Inferno, I don't mind when you go for the force buy. On most maps, generally, you don't, but I think especially on Inferno, because I've said this many times, so I feel kind of stupid repeating it again. But if you do go for the eco in the second round, then take the buy on round number 3, you are very limited in terms of nades, and obviously being on the CT side, that is a big disadvantage. Right now, though, the pistols and the Kevlar, a chance for some damage to be done. Maiden getting himself 1, also following up with some really good damage on Mirror. Unfortunately, though, Maikelele on the scout trying to take a peek down mid, he ends up getting dropped. So what did start off pretty well for Godsend, unfortunately, has been traded back now in favour of Team Spirit for the moment. That nade, though, could do some good damage. Lands on Itis balance. If I had a hit Mirror, probably would have finished him off. But for now, at least, it is still that 4-on-3 favouring Team Spirit overall.
So far in Pro League, Madden has been playing really well. He's far surpassed everybody else on the team in terms of rating him. But plays like that, you understand why. There's Sticko taking on his balance down with the scout. And as the players move onto the bomb site, they're going to have to cross the scout again. This time, though, the shot isn't hit. They didn't see Zen come up close, though. And he's a player we know can do a lot of damage. Pistol in hand. He catch. Oh, no, Zen! Don't do me like that. He gets 1 kill anyways before going down and puts all the pressure on Crystal. 1v2, Sumdai Young watching the push through the smoke. That should be that. Sty taking a little bit, but eventually he makes sure Crystal dies. Not too young, but nice and healthy in his old age. 2-0, Team Spirit. I mean, they took a lot of damage in that previous round, but the thing is, here's their chance to build up that money, and Godsend shouldn't have a lot to work with. They could probably afford a couple of nades if they wanted to do a nade stack, but really, I want to see super, super low investment on most players. Not bad. Crystal's got a flash for his team. 2 nades coming towards B. Could be some good early damage.
Yeah, this is kind of what you expect here, really, for the CT side. I like that they're going for the little stack up here on oranges.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to say they're hoping that someone's going to come up towards the top of banana, especially since they have someone in towards sandbags. That actually gets them the info, though, exactly when they're towards this position. So, I mean, good damage being done. Unfortunately, the players trying to actually take the fight do end up going down, but I mean, considering they have very little investment in this round, if they can finish off Mir, do a little bit of damage, maybe get one other kill, apart from that, it certainly could be a round that is worthwhile for what little investment they put in. For the moment, though, Team Spirit taking this pretty slow. They have the banana controller, still 1 minute and 10 seconds left, so they're really not in a rush, especially considering they know how little they're up against. Really, it's kind of a position where maybe Godsend take a stack on a bomb site, or maybe they take a risk, try and get aggressive somewhere. So they're just like, okay, we'll slow it down, we'll try and feel out, wait and see if anyone pushes, capitalize on any aggression, obviously having the favorable weapons, or else feel it out and just know if it is going to be a stack towards either of these bomb sites. And there we go, they find one player coming out through B, a flash came over, so they do know there's at least one more player here, and unfortunately for them, it is actually both remaining players, and it looks like they do want to finish it on B.
Yeah, I'm surprised they decided to finish on B after already knowing that there's at least one more player here. But he threw a flash. Maybe they're gambling on him not having a lot to work with. USP is good enough for Crystal. He picks up a kill. Sticko through the smoke. And a huge round for Godsend. Yes, they don't win, but it doesn't matter. They destroyed Spirit's economy. What did we just talk about at the start of that round? Hey, this is Spirit's chance to build a little bit of money. Godsend shouldn't have a lot. Amazing setup. Madden, close corner. He doesn't only spot them, but gets the kill as they swing out to trade him. Itis balance, both lit by staggered nades coming through, maximizing that damage. They get hit by one. They keep moving forward. Boom, there's the second. Really well-designed strategy in and of itself. And then Crystal takes down a full HP player. Was it Zen there in the end? Or Sticko with the swing through the smoke. That was just so well formatted from start to finish. And that is how you play these kinds of rounds on Inferno. I think Team Spirit are in for a pretty rough time. Now it's the full buy for Godsend and a very aggressive banana play. This could be dangerous. There's players up close. But Madden makes it back.
Yeah, this is a bit unfortunate because Madden, he's kind of stuck over in the corner at the moment, so with that, Crystal kind of has to stay aggressive so that they can try and help each other out. But if they go down, then B is pretty much lost, so these kills are crucial, and thankfully for Godsend, Maiden able to get that first, and then Crystal lines up towards the wall. So pretty easy for them to indeed lock down the top of banana there, realizing instantly, okay, we're in a 5-on-2 now, we don't really need to remain aggressive at all anymore, we can just fall back to the bomb site, play our crossfires, and try and at least trade it out. But okay, Sumdai Young, he has found a bit of an opening on A. He could technically walk straight onto the bomb site right now. There's one player pushed up in the apartments, one over towards Long. The issue is obviously the bomb in the hands of Magix is going to really struggle to try and actually get over towards his teammate, and it's just not going to be allowed. Sticko spots him on second mid. Zen should have this final kill as the peak comes in through quad, and there it is, Godsent able to get that opening gun round, and off the back of the damage, as you said, that they were able to do in that previous round, the economy is destroyed for Team Spirit. They actually have 3 players looking at a double eco, so very likely they do just go ahead and buy here.
And it was very important for Godsend. Obviously, surviving with 4 players helps your economy out. Now you're up against that weaker buy, even better. But the thing is, for Godsend, winning that round, all the work they had put into it beforehand wouldn't matter if they lost, because Spirit would then jump off to a great start. They'd need to have another phenomenal performance on the pistols. And that's maybe a little bit too much to ask most of the time. So I'm glad that they were able to pick that up. Now Spirit still have a chance, though. It's not over. It's not an easy eco round just yet. The anti-eco will have to wait. A Spirit come in with 2 Deagles and, more importantly, 2 Kriegs. Utility is very limited, though. With 1 minute and 30 left on the clock, they haven't got a single smoke to work with. I think in this kind of situation, someone, preferably Magix, I'm not particularly being mean to him, but he is the support player. It's what he came in to fulfill. I would rather see him not with a deagle, but with that extra bit of utility, so they have a smoke for wherever they like to move towards. Maybe those extra couple of flashes. But either way, we'll see what they manage to do with it. You're seeing Chopper poking and prodding out at Banana. The rest of the team are grouping up and looking for the A-bomb site. And as the deagles came out, Maikelele was feeling confident, but he peeked right into a Krieg.
Yeah, and it looks like they just want to straight up commit now on the A off this. Unfortunately, that Molotov is going to make things quite a bit more difficult unless these 2 players in the front can manage to open it with the frags either way. Sumdai Young and Itis Balance both managing to pick one up each in the pit, and as you can see, Chopper now in a decent position to try and cut off this rotation. Catches Maiden. Here's the footsteps, I believe, of the final player as well, getting up close to the library. So at this point, they know what's going on. There's not really much hope for Crystal to even attempt this retake, and you can see he realizes that didn't have a kit. Has, of course, 3 players working against them, and just in general with the bomb already ticking away, he is forced to retreat. The M4 will be saved, but they only get 2,400 in this next round, so it's not going to be great. I mean, he can drop one over. You'll see Zen being able to buy for himself as well. Maiden can just about scrape one out also, so it will be a decent enough investment if they do want to go for it, but there would be a couple players lacking, so there is also the ability, if they want to consider taking that one eco, ensuring the next round instead that they can get as strong of a buy as possible. But the issue is at that point you're giving over 5 rounds to the T side already, most likely. And also kind of at that point, just undoing all that initial damage they had done, because if they don't really have much of an investment in this round, if they were taking an eco, that'd be a chance for Team Spirit to build up economy. But it does seem like they will buy.
Yeah, it looks like it. And with it being Inferno, it's not too much of a surprise. Once you can get that utility out, I think you're going to be going for a buy most of the time. Maikelele here taking the UMP, not something you see all too often. I think most players have been turned off for the UMP in recent times. I was just doing an interview recently with some of the Baltic players, and they were saying that they used to love it. They used to be their favorite weapon to use on those weaker buy rounds, and now they absolutely hate it. Oh, that molly pushes Crystal forward. That's not good. Chopper's going to flash up behind him, and he goes through, takes Crystal out. It's actually behind Crystal, but it worked out either way. Winning the duel up against the FAMAS and leaving Madden to hold down by himself. And Banana, he's playing aggressive as well, as he spots out that they're still around here. Sandbags is going to be the position he holds, waits for the rotate of Maikelele to come through. Actually makes it to the bomb site as well, but without playing aggressive here, they lose a lot of information. It looks like they're making a gamble stack on A either way, and leaving Madden to hold this by himself in a very passive CT hold. It's the right call as Sticko's about to get contact.
Ooh. Yeah, right now, though, GODSENT are actually pushing up close on mid, so once the smoke goes away, it could be a bit of an issue. Team Spirit, though, are beginning to, again, readjust themselves. Look like they will still try and actually finish on this A bomb site, but look how aggressive this is. Sticko's in the smoke, flash in behind them, takes the peek, actually manages to get himself a double. Also, the dink onto that third player coming out of Boiler. Maikelele finds 2 on the UMP, and I don't know how they're actually able to trade that out equally right there. My auto-director was useless, apparently. We do now see it's left in the one-on-one. Maiden over towards long should realize pretty soon that this bomb has been taken elsewhere, and as you can see, that's Itis Balance just sprinting the bomb straight on towards B, where it is going to be open for the plant. So he'll be given a good bit of time as well to actually try and position himself to play off of this.
Not an easy position for Madden to play for. Excuse me. Itis Balance is spotting out CT, so very soon, in the next 10 seconds or so, he's going to know that Madden can be on the bomb site, having pushed up Banana, and in fact, the utility usage gives it away. Itis Balance pretty much has this round in the bag at this point. As Madden moves forward, he's going to drop a smoke. That's probably his only hope to bait Itis Balance out into the open. He can't quite do it. Goes for the spray, but it's not to be. And just sticking it. Itis Balance knows that's happening. He's rushing through the smoke, not taking any chances with the spam. And that's the round for Team Spirit. He survives the bomb as well. It doesn't quite go off in time. Godsend can still get investment into pistols, and we've seen them have decent strategies for that. Very, very light investment on some players, obviously. Won't be a full pistol armor, but there's some chance for damage. But giving Team Spirit a 5-1 lead is definitely not how you want to start this one out.
No, I mean, it's getting a little bit out of control already. It's likely going to be the 6 rounds here for Team Spirit already on the T side, with the opportunity to improve that a lot more if they're able to keep up with what they've been doing so far. But yeah, Godsend, I mean, when they've had these pistols, they've done some damage overall. This time not having all that much utility, so it is more so they just need to connect their shots. Especially as we already have this Banana aggression coming in. Maiden, he's alone forward, fortunately, so wasn't able to be traded. Crystal was up close on the corner, but by the time he actually is able to try and take a bit of a challenge, there's a player peeking above that smoke, so not able to do anything really. Surprisingly, not even trying to smoke the CT spawn here. I guess not wanting to give a chance for the pistols to get up close to the smoke, try and flash through or whatever, really giving any hope for them to take close fights. Instead, just willing to take those long-range duels into the spawn, and then he's going to be caught there trying to get aggressive through the apartments. So clean round from Team Spirit. They don't lose anyone. And that's exactly what they need to start building up a little bit of money. Sure, they have a 6-1 lead, but ideally you want to actually have something in the bank for when you do. I would say inevitably lose a round, but obviously you do see people get flawless halves and such, but you want to have something there, just a bit of security. But coming back onto the buy now, Godsend, this is where they really need to pick it up.
I like the choice not to smoke out CT. I think it's the right call whenever you've got a round like that with pistols and either Zen or Sticko left alive, that they're going to play very aggressive. Through those smokes, we see them fading quite often. So just obviously taking the weapon advantage and not allowing any variables to come into effect. this buy round is incredibly important for Godsend, and Maikelele looks to peak middle early on, I'm presuming. I was curious to see whether he'd move in towards Banana, but it looks like he wants to play on the A-bomb site with it. I think they've struggled a little bit so far, and obviously we're going to tell more and more as the buy rounds go on, but Banana control itself seems very difficult for them to hold. Spirit are playing aggressive there. Their utility usage is constantly been pushing them back. With the exception of when Madden plays up close for those one-and-done kind of positions, like we saw when they had pistols, they're not being given that control. And this time, Godsend realized that, and they decided to get much more aggressive, smoking down bottom Banana and tucking Madden in there. With a re-smoke, Crystal will rotate, but they're already pushing the A-bomb side. A fast push from Godsend through B. They could really catch the T's off guard. I want to see Chopper. Oh, he's watching it. He swings out, but he doesn't get the kill. And so it's all on Itis balance in a 1v2. Molly down so he can go and get the bomb. Has to be worried about long, although he knows both players were in middle, so he's got a little bit of time to play with. And he goes for the op with 12 HP, and considering it's Itis balance, I think that's probably the right call.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, he has the chance now to try and get those quick one-on-ones. The issue is both players are sticking together, just moving in from long, and spotting the head there above the box makes it an easy kill. Didn't even get the headshot, just got a little bit of a wall bang. So the op gets retrieved as well. Plenty of time for them to get that defuse, so at the moment, just trying to see what they can salvage over. There's a Krieg being retrieved for Crystal, trying to see if there's any other nades lying around. I don't think there's really too much. Maybe up in the apartments. Yeah, there's a kit anyway, so that's a nice little find. But yeah, only 2 players surviving. I mean, it's really not the cleanest of rounds for Godsend, but it is now something for them to try and actually kickstart something here on the CT side, really is what we need to see from them. Decent enough buy once they do buy up everything. I don't know if maybe there'll be anyone lacking, but I think the weapons should all be there. It's more so that they don't really have any money left over after they drop them. Sticko, I think, actually stuck to a FAMAS in the end, so yeah, that's really the only weakness that we do see in the buy. But obviously they cannot afford to allow Team Spirit to just come straight back with a round of their own. If Godsend do manage to get this one though, chain a couple together, the economy of Team Spirit obviously not in that great of a spot either, so...
Yeah, but with the fact they've already got 6 rounds up on the T side, they're going to be smalling even if they get their economy thrown into the dumpster. So Spirit have definitely got the buffer to play with. The smoke down has made Spirit decide that they don't want to mess around. All that utility usage got them scared of B for a little bit, so they're going to pull back down and play nice and passive in case Godsend want to poke and prod out at the area and get aggressive yet again. Now, the other thing is, though, because they've seen so much utility usage on B, they could very well think that's a weakness for the B defenders and start to move forward. That's what Godsend might start to think as Chopper throws out that utility, faking out presence in Banana as his team move up onto A. You can see it's dragged a rotation with Zen on his way over, leaving those A players a little bit more vulnerable. Maikelele is going to be pushed back by that smoke. He actually blocks it, and then Molly's mid. Doesn't want to take the peek through that smoke, though. And look at the control Spirit have just been able to give themselves, especially with the positions of the CTs. Sticko's the only one on the bomb side, and he's stuck in pit at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, you can see Mir right now even setting up the Moto smoke, so that can cut off the upper Maikelele. He'll probably be forced forward at that point then, but it'll be hard for Maiden to try and help him out. So, I mean, this is certainly going to be a tough hold, but I like that. Maiden takes a peek in towards mid, certainly risky, but it does work out to catch one kill quickly, find out a little bit about what's actually happening, and give them the time to go ahead and reposition. And as you can see, once Team Spirit do begin to go forward, it is just all Godsend on that kill feed. Maiden, nice little play into the smoke, straight back out of it once the player had passed him. Had the back exposed, an easy kill, and a much cleaner round from Godsend. That's really what you needed to see, and they should have another opportunity here to try and take another round without taking, well, many casualties. Ideally in this they are aiming for 4 or 5 alive, considering it really isn't much of an investment from Team Spirit. Just some upgraded pistols. An AK actually comes out on Mir in the end. Okay, 1 hero rifle. It won't impact the buy too much in the next round. I mean, Mir obviously only getting 2400 himself, won't have enough to buy unless they get a bomb plant. But even then, they'll still have 4 rifles. The main thing being that it gives them the chance to keep the damage on, I guess, in this round. If Mir can get 2 or 3 kills, or if they can in general as a team get 2 or 3 kills, probably still fairly worthwhile.
I love watching Madden play. It takes me out of the game completely and puts me like I'm watching some kind of high-level pug. Let's play political here. High-level pug stream. He just plays so aggressive. No.
How many messages?
No.
You said let's play political stream, so I just wanted to...
I don't want to get some messages.
I just got a bus in front of you for a second and just nudged you towards it, like.
No, like it's really fun to watch because where other players play like a little bit safe, a little bit calculated on his team, he's the guy that's just going to go, oh, there's a dude there, I'm going to dry peek him, and I will win that fight. The confidence that he has, you can't mess around with it. There's not a lot of players that in this level of play will play like him, and like I said, he's been far outperforming in Pro League so far. The entirety of the team, as would kind of be expected. I think he's got a 1.11 rating. That's playing against some really good teams, and with a lot of losses under their belt.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, he certainly has impressed me whenever I've seen him. Also, of course, Sticko being a player that's been around for a long time. Maikelele, very capable. I think that this team in general is a very solid lineup.
Sure.
I think it's a good spot for Madden to develop also. But I would say the same for Team Spirit. I think both these teams are on fairly similar levels. Ooh, okay. Yeah, no, this looks like it'll be cleaned up. See, this is where buying that AK, of course, backfires a little bit. Mir eventually gets one, but even if they get this second kill, I doubt they're going to be able to get even a bomb plant. So they do not really get very much for what they actually invested into that round. Mir on 3,500. It's not terrible. He got an extra 300 for that frag, obviously. So he can probably pull out a Gilil here if he wants to, or go for the Mac 10 as he has. They're going to go for a Mac 10 on Chopper as well, so they can get extra nades, I guess. I'm expecting a quicker round here if they're going for a couple SMGs.
I always think it's curious to see Crystal, if he's playing on the B bomb site with Madden, there's a lot of pressure on him because with the way Madden, obviously Crystal steps in towards more a support role. And actually, we used to say Zen was the support player for this team, but matter of fact, he is insane with a rifle sometimes. He can open up a lot of rounds. So Madden's just pushing down with an SMG, posing that distance. I love it. But this is the point I was going to make. With Madden playing so aggressive a lot of the time, and it's definitely something you want to do, I really want to have a player that's able to anchor that bomb site very well, just in case he gets blitz rushed. And Crystal generally isn't the one I would look to for that. But you can see he's now holding down Banana as Madden rotates over. He's got a molly as well, so we can slow them if he pushes. But if they push, it doesn't matter because they're going, oh, upside daisies! I thought that was Madden with both of those kills. I almost lost it. Sticko grabbing himself a quick old triple. And that is not the best of rounds for Team Spirit. They've invested into this as well, Dean. I mean, that looks like an eco round shutdown, but they did buy weapons.
Yeah, no, Sticko just destroyed them. He was playing on their quad, so I think when the flash came out, they presumed he'd be blind. Once the spam came in from long, I think that took a bit of their attention. But then the main issue was they came out boiler and mid, they kind of just lined up. So Sticko got 3. I think he was the one that dinked down Chopper as well. I'm pretty sure. So I mean, the amount of damage that Sticko done right there, that round was over as soon as he got even say 2 of them. So a bit unfortunate. But yeah, 4-on-1 Chopper obviously at this point, not really much hope. I was going to say, might try and save. He did also have the chance there for a backstab on Crystal, but Crystal gets the time in pretty much perfectly as he spins around. Not sure if there was steps, I didn't hear them myself. But yeah, 5-6, Godsend, they picked up the pace a little bit. They've been able to get themselves now 4 rounds, I believe, in a row. And they're certainly, yeah, 4, I believe, because they'll be the full loss bonus in the next round here, as you can see for Team Spirit. So yeah, I mean, in this one, at least, they're not investing too much. Maybe could have went for Kevlar and a couple extra players, maybe a few more nades, but they want to make sure to buy in this next round as strong as possible. They've already got 6 here on the T side. They're not too pressured. They do want more, obviously, because they had such a strong start. But obviously, they're not in a position where they feel like they have to force buy. They're just like, yeah, we can get a strong buy in this next round, and with that, try and bring it up to at least 7.
Yeah, sometimes when you're ahead, you can play that little bit too confident and think, okay, let's force up, let's win this round. But it does make a lot of sense to slow it down and just, yeah, you probably won't win this round. Concede it. Who cares? Give them 6 on the CT side because you're better off going into the next one with a much better chance with a full buy. Look at the sneaky little play coming through from Zen. They're being baited in like crazy, and Zen gets a quick double into 3. Close out that round. Nicely handled. Not a single player lost for GODSENT. But the economy game starts becoming a little bit irrelevant at this point, because we're coming up to the home stretch of the half. 3 rounds left to play for. And Godsend have got enough money now that they shouldn't be put onto an eco. So Team Spirit are the only ones that really suffer by not being, I wouldn't even say by not being able to get kills, but primarily not getting a bomb plant. As you can see, they could use a little bit more utility. And if they lose this round, you know, every little helps as you go along. But even if the half ends as it is, you know, 6 rounds is perfectly fine on the T side. But considering the start, we want more from them. 3 to play for. They have an opportunity to buy up in, if they lose this, 2 in total. So very good chances of hitting at least 7. Oh,
crazy from Maikelele. Did he not see Maiden in the corner? Apparently not. Maiden actually gets the second. Oh no. This could have been a round there for Team Spirit off the back of that. Fortunately, it is just 1 player at this point now left over towards A, because they had rotated another player around to try and help Maiden. So Sticko in the pit needs to stay alive, tries to take the fight, see if he can get 1 and then just stay alive at that point. Unfortunately, he gets taken down. Now suddenly it becomes a 2-on-3. I mean, the bomb's not planted yet. You can see it's in the hands of Itis Balance, so it has a bit of a rotation. It's taken a while to get in. But even then, with the smokes and such down at the moment, Godsend can't really do much about it, so it is going to be planted. And at this point, it's whether they want to consider this retake or not. They have plenty of money, so I think they probably will just go for it. But Maiden's already low. He's on 12 health at this point, so it's really up to Crystal to try and get a kill quickly. And once that doesn't happen, you can see the save is really the only option. Hoping to, I guess, catch a couple kills or something. I think that's the goal of Crystal. Because obviously they do know Team Spirit don't have the greatest economy. At the moment, only 3 being alive. If they get one more kill, they could impact the buy a little in the next round. The issue is the bomb's gone down anyway for Team Spirit, so I think they should be alright even onto the 2 players who have already fallen to buy back up.
Boom goes the dynamite, and the chances for Godsend winning this map. You can hear them sailing down the river, getting further and further away. And Godsend better hope they've got a speedboat on standby, because they've got to accelerate their momentum just a little bit. They need violence, they need speed, and at the end of the day, Team Spirit are the ones that look like they've got that. On the T side of Inferno, it's not easy to clock up this many rounds, and they're looking set to do a little bit more with how well they played that previous round. I mean, Godsend need aid. They really do. Because we know, what did we say when we started this one out, Dean? Team Spirit, they were trash against Vitality on the T side. They got 2 rounds. They didn't know how to play it. But when they went to CT, they put up a serious performance. And Madden with the AWP, there's one on the chopper. That's one way to start the comeback.
Yeah, not bad. I mean, getting that opening for themselves, especially as they do actually lose the banana control itself, is a massive find. But look at that from Itis Balance.
Damn it.
Okay, you can't even... I mean, Maikelele got taken out a couple rounds ago. He got caught by like a deagle or something on mid this time. Not his fault. I don't even think he's seen the person who just blew his brains out. So, a little bit unfortunate.
Like, the fact that it was a headshot. If it was a tag, alright, fair enough. But that is nasty. Mike was popping a squat.
I mean, it's a pretty tough spot for Godsend to be in, just because they already have a couple players tagged up as well. Obviously, a 4-on-4 is favourable for the T side, and they're just grouping straight up over towards B. Smokes down towards the spawn is going to make it very difficult for Maiden with the Opter to be able to do much to help Crystal, so he's going to be required to try and at least get himself a couple of kills here. Thankfully, that Molotov has delayed massively. Maiden with that has rotated around towards construction. Another Molotov comes in. At this point, it's really awkward. Fortunately for Team Spirit, no one has rotated yet for Godsend, so they still have time to try and actually work forward and get these openings, which they will eventually get. One Maiden being low as well as an easy finish in the end for Itis Balance. Mir was waiting in the CT spawn for what was an inevitable rotation. He was probably thinking, what's taking them so long? But eventually he gets himself that kill, leaving it all on Sticko, who is called for a save. 8 for Team Spirit. This is an issue. This is what we said. The fact that Team Spirit got such a strong start, it's such a great foundation where if they can get another 1 or 2 rounds, it puts them in an amazing spot, and that's exactly what we've seen right now. And I mean, obviously there is still a chance for them to try and get up to 9 even, but Godsend thankfully do have enough for the buy at least in this next round.
That's pretty unfortunate for Godsend. We actually said, what, 2 rounds ago? It was very unlikely that Godsend ended up in a position where they had to eco, where the economy mattered. And you can see that they're very close to it. If Sticko didn't save that Krieg, they could be really hurting. Madden's able to buy an AWP. That could go to Maikelele, or Zen could drop one of his own. And they'll just about manage to get a full buyout. Team Spirit, though, with 8 rounds on the board. We know their CT side is their preferred. Like I said, that game versus Vitality, they played fantastically. Although they trashed ENCE 13-2 on their T side, I'm not really considering ENCE on that same level at the moment. And indeed, we saw Godsend also destroy them 14-1. It was even better.
I saw some ridiculous stat that was like they'd won 2 out of their last 16 maps or something. That's not exactly what it was, but it was on that level, and I was like, damn. But yeah, I mean, right now, another 4-on-4. A much better position overall, though, for Godsend, having the health advantage, having the utility here, which they do use to actually try and reclaim some of that banana control. With that, Crystal catches himself a kill, and it seems like most likely Team Spirit probably just limited towards that A-bomb site right now, and Godsend seem to have realized that a bit. They're leaving B completely open. Oh, no, okay, Maikelele has stuck there, at least just playing passive. But indeed, 2 more players making their way over towards A now. They have a little bit of time to set up. They see the smokes coming in, and this is definitely going to be a tough one for Team Spirit to try and actually penetrate.
Oh no, Magix walks right up behind where Itis Balance had just died and sprayed to death. Some Young's in a 1v4, the bomb is down as well. Sticko's facing him, and Crystal, he can't even see that smoke. He's got a 4K, 3 of them through it. Godsend at least managed to get to 7, but is it too little too late? I know their T side isn't terrible, and I know Team Spirit's CT side is fantastic. I think very much with the way this veto went down and the fact that Spirit got to pick this map, from the get-go, it was one that we were assuming goes to them, which obviously puts them as favorites in the series. Obviously, you also got to consider recent performance, which puts them ahead, but when you've got a map that we're going to say pretty much for sure you win, and the other two are like a closer affair, not super one-sided, you're obviously very likely to win the series then, because you got 2 chances to close it out. Unless you completely mess up.
Yeah, just don't play like Mitch, you'd be grand.
Hey, I'm not a baiter, all right? I want to address something here.
I'm sorry, but it was
Harry
said by
spouting
the
lies.
top talent on a stream, so it couldn't be a lie.
Listen, Harry's just
You calling
jealous.
them out? I'll tell them.
I'm calling them out. Like 1v1s. Let's go.
1v1s. I'll stream them for you.
All right, sounds good.
Just
good.
because I'd destroy you too easily. So
I think
not
ESL
like
would
me.
let us do it on the official channel as well. It'll be fine. We'll get on a HLTV probably too.
I mean, the beef started on an official channel.
Exactly.
Yeah,
gotta
ended
finish
there
it
too. I think this is a technical pause at the moment. Let me double check. Oh no, it was the halftime, obviously. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, it's going on. So we've like a 3-minute pause at halftime. Players can run off to the toilet. A lot of them have small bladders. And also, I just noticed on the stream here, watch in squad mode is enabled, so you guys can see all 3 streams at once. It's pretty cool. I'm just checking here.
I like being part
Astralis
of the squad for
Vitality
once.
9-6. Hey, Ents Ninjas. Ents are beating NIP 8-7.
Oh damn!
They got
Called them out.
probably
It's
the-
whenever you call someone out that they start doing good, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, it's probably the best game Ents have had in the last 3 months.
Oh.
In all fairness.
Mitch is a bit harsh on people sometimes, isn't he?
Well, I mean, just take a look at the results. It's pretty harsh. It's doing the job for them. I hope Nato's not watching this. Like, come, I might just go chill out, watch some CS, and just get
it's
trashed
just
here.
like, why? Everywhere, man.
Because he watches all their games, so they're getting trashed there. He comes on a different stream, they're getting trashed here. Like, it's great.
Ouch.
Oh, the good lads though.
I'm very worried here for Godsent, though. I felt coming into this game, I said it to you, I can't remember if I said it in the beginning of the game, that I was feeling like this could be the 2-0 for Spirit just because of how strong Inferno and Nuke is for Team Spirit.
Yeah.
I think if we get to map number 3, which is Dust 2, if I recall correctly. I have a terrible memory. I think, again, that is another map that will be pretty close between these 2 teams, but, I mean, Spirit, they do play it a little bit more. They have overall slightly better statistics as well, so I feel like the way this veto has gone down in general definitely just does favour Team Spirit. And I don't really know what way it could have went to help out Godsent that much either, unless they managed to get a Vertigo in there, but that was banned out by Spirit, as well as Overpass being banned. And even then, they didn't need to ban Overpass because Godsent haven't got a win on it in the past few months.
This is the thing for Spirit. I've always said this about them. Their map pool is so expansive, and they will literally play you on any map. They do not care. So they'll just take a look at your pool and go, well, what are we not feeling out of their best maps? Yeah, get that out. And they're fine every single time.
Yeah,
And
that's what you
they've
need.
stuck together. They've stuck together over a long time. They've got this upheaval of performance getting better and better. It's really nice to watch. Magix has really settled into his role as well, because he was terrible when he joined this team. I thought it was just going to be, because when Sophic and Coldy went out, I thought Magix was in as like, oh, we just need someone, get him in quick, because they were doing online leagues at the time, like playing like 3 best of 3s a day. Mur made sense, but Magix was a bit wild, but he's grown, and he's a young guy, so that was another thing we highlighted. They obviously see promise in him, and was he going to be able to fulfill that? And yeah, he did. I'm really happy with how Magix has grown into this team. He plays fantastic in support. He always did, but now he's starting to push up on the fragging department as well. To start this round out here, Mur made it out of Banana. The problem is they haven't got any info, so they're still in the 3-2 setup. And it looks like they're about to get heavy contact on A with a rotate underway to the B bomb site. Oh.
Yeah, this is not a good start right now. I mean, Magix has managed to pull one back, the man that you were talking about, but being over towards Library, there's not really much else he can do about this bomb going down now that it has been retrieved. So Indeed, Crystal able to plant this stick. Oh, actually hears the footsteps here of Mir as well. Doesn't get the kill. Okay, I figured with the Glock up close that was pretty much a confirmed kill, but I mean, it at least finds the info, is given time to fall back off, play a little bit safer here alongside his teammates. Now, the question is, can he get this frag once the push actually does come in towards the apartments? And there we go. It's Mir instead who comes out on top of it, given some openings over towards the CT side. Magic's picking himself up another headshot. They do have Crystal pinned in the back corner. Magic's eventually finding that one for himself as well, but now he's in the one-on-one. Doesn't have a defuse kit in his possession currently. Does, I believe, now pick it up, but as we can hear the bomb ticking away already, there's just no time anymore.
Too little, too late. Into pit we go. Who did I just talk about? You love when those things happen. Normally you call someone out and they do well, but here I compliment Magic's ability to come out and start fragging, and he pops up with a 4K. Good to see. Unfortunately, it is too little too late. Like we said, Godsend pick up the pistol round, and they're doing what? I hate Dean. We got 3 SMGs. Can we make it 4? Don't do it, Madden. Thank you. He's got a Krieg out. Still, 3 is like the line. It's too far, but it's also not too far at the same time. It's right in the middle. I don't know how I feel about it. It's very situational. You can't afford to lose players. I really don't want to see those rifles getting kills either. Look, this round, it's not so much of a matter. Oh, God, I don't want to see the rifles getting killed. Everybody's low. Maikelele on 10 HP. So is Madden. This round's been a disaster, Dean, with just a couple of mixed weapons. Team Spirit are fighting back like crazy, and Godsend may have gotten the pistol round off time, but Madden has to give Crystal the Krieg here, and that's never really the way you want things to go. Oh, no, he doesn't. Okay.
Oh, there we go. Oh.
I thought he was going up banana with that.
There we go. How did they end up swapping back again somehow? I don't know how it happened. But yeah, no, Crystal has the Krieg, so the healthy player at least has the rifle. The 2 low health players on Mac 10s. But I mean, against a P250, against a Mag 7, and against a Scout right now, this is extremely dangerous for Godsend. As you see, they're at the moment still very passive as well. They don't really have any control across the map. That's given Chopper the room here to push forward. He's gotten himself a good bit of control. Got a Mac 10 now as well, making it even easier against these low health players. And I mean, he may be able to find the timing as well. Weapons there being traded. If he was peeking, it may have been a free kill on the player on ramp, but only now he begins to move forward, as it should be an easy backstab. The question is about the timing. I think he's just waiting. He wants his teammates to find the contact first, mirror up close on the shotgun, hoping to be able to find one as they push in. They do, of course, have a smoke to work with. One towards the CT and one towards construction. So, I mean, they do have a chance to at least try and get this bomb down. The boost, I believe, being heard eventually. That flank that I had mentioned of Chopper is able to pounce, though, and that leaves it all onto one man now. Maikelele on 10 health.
13 seconds. I don't think that's enough, is it? To get up and get the... not through apps. No.
I don't think so. Not through apps, anyway. If he went short even then, I don't think it would have been. He probably would have been there with like 2 seconds left or something. Especially trying to cross over short. It's been watched already by some Young. So that was a tough spot to be in, and Team Spirit just... they stole that away. I mean, that first kill from Magic's was just spectacular. The option really was to fall back or go through the Molotov, and he decided he didn't want to be shy in that situation. He just wanted to go straight forward. It did end up falling, obviously, but just with the rest of his teammates being relatively aggressive as well, they were able to trade pretty successfully.
That's the real difference between a successful, aggressive push and a very bad one. When you're pushing in like that, you need your teammates to also be doing it, because that... let's imagine we're playing a matchmaking game here. You do that, you get one, you die. That's a bad position to play from, especially with the rifle. But if all your teammates push and they start fragging as well, now that coordination has netted you the round, because they're focused on the window. You're rushing down mid, you're pushing down B, you're catching everyone off guard and winning the round. Ooh, there's Magic's gone. This time not winning the opening duel. As Chopper answers back to Crystal down in Banana. They know the B control goes to the CTs, so they rush on up towards that A bomb site. Zen's already tucked in towards CT. And this balance spots him coming out a little bit early. Now down to a 3v3. Position from Young hasn't been spotted. Itis Balance just needs to stay alive, but Young counts the bullets, realizes Sticko had to reload, and pushes him down. Young in heavy threat, though. Maikelele is right below him, head peeking with an AK in hand, but he's low HP. Young just needs to land the one bullet onto him. Maikelele is low, and he's down. So it's all onto Madden, but he's got a free B bomb site and a plant to come through in the 1v1. It's not going to be an easy one for Young. He's got so many angles to clear, but he has got the time to play with. No kit at the moment, though. Is there one drop? It doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter at all. He's gone. I don't think there would have been a kit over on this side of the map either, unfortunately, since most of the action went down elsewhere. So Yeah, no, a bit unfortunate right there. I mean, Team Spirit, they won a force buy of their own, end up dropping a force buy into Godsend, so we have this right back into being a competitive game once again. I mean, Godsend, they should be fine in 10 here, getting themselves a little bit of a lead on the T side, but obviously Team Spirit, they don't want to give it away. They're just going to buy right back in themselves. A Mag 7, the 1 M4 then, couple Deagles, a 5.7. Nades-wise, it is very, very limited with just 4 smokes, 1 flash and 1 HE. And it's a bit of a safer buy this time from GODSENT as well. This time it is just the 2 Mac-10s that you said you prefer to see. 2 Kriegs, 1 AK, making sure they have plenty of utility as well. And look at this from Team Spirit, just trying to fight straight down Banana. Unfortunately, the M4 goes down, and obviously with the Mag 7, Mir couldn't really do much about trying to follow it up for the trade frag. So they do just have to concede at this point the man disadvantage, and obviously having the weaker weapons as well just puts them in such a tough spot now.
I don't know what you mean, Dean. Mag 7's a perfectly viable long-range weapon. Whack a scope on it. Why not? And for Spirit, there is definitely an opportunity brewing. Look at the rotate they're on. They've given up on B. They believe it's going to be an A hit, and it looks like they're right. With a 4-man stack on that side of the map. Godsend just have Madden playing down the bottom of Banana, watching for them pushing forward, as the rest of his team look to make that push happen. In through the smoke, Chopper's playing a very aggressive game. And with 3 players peeking here, I don't think Zen's got a chance of surviving. He does take down 1 before falling, and they've spotted that there's at least 1 more player here, so they're comfortable to go towards the B-bomb site. They know they dropped an M4 too, so with the rifle on A and at least 1 player, they know B is definitely the better spot for them to push.
Yeah, I mean, they made the correct decision. The bomb's going to get planted with no one else here to try and actually fight it off. And obviously Team Spirit just have called for that save immediately. So it will finally be one of the teams here being able to actually capitalize and get a couple rounds in a row. Not get reset immediately. We will see at least the 2 weapons being saved over. I don't think GODSENT will be willing to hunt this. Having 3 rifles themselves, I mean, the only person you could really consider maybe sending out would be Maiden. Even then, he's tagged up a bit, so you'd probably want to give the Mac-10 to someone else. But considering they have banana control, I'd imagine they just stick together, ensure they can keep all 4 of these players standing, rather. Because you do also want the Mac-10 in this next round. It'll have a good chance to try and build up money, mostly against those players, of course, who won't really be investing anything, because I would imagine even with the Mac-10 and M4 being carried over, that Team Spirit will finally be willing to take that 1 eco.
Things are getting competitive, Dean. I mean, I thought GODSENT would be flat moving onto the T side. They would certainly be in a lot of threat and a lot of hot water as Team Spirit. I mean, they come in. They're the team that picked this map. They're statistically much better. They've put up far better stats on their CT side compared to what GODSENT can do on the attack, and yet here we are. The lead going over to GODSENT. The economy shattered for Team Spirit. They're on to win eco. 11-9 is how we roll. And unless they manage to completely upset the game yet again with these pistols, GODSENT should be on that 11th round, and that's a nice little buffer to have. To me, it still doesn't put them in the favorite spot, but very close to it. Probably wouldn't buy a round away from it.
Yeah, no, GODSENT certainly beginning to get a bit of a firm hold here on their T side early on. I mean, as you said, there was still a bit of a risk in this round with the M4 having been saved over with a couple of Deagles and a Mac-10 in play, but so far it's not really a struggle for GODSENT. Already finding 2 kills, including dropping that rifle, yet to be retrieved. Another nade into Boiler. Itis balance just could not have any sort of fortune right there. Got dunked on by that first nade. Figured, okay, they didn't nade stack it quickly, but then they throw another one in a couple seconds later, and there's just nothing he can do. That is A, completely open, obviously, with Team Spirit having taken a bit of a gamble and stacked 2 players over towards B, and even though they do hear, of course, a lot of noise around A at this point, Team Spirit, Chopper and Mir to be precise, just kind of chilling here on B. They're going to see if they can save over the Kevlar, at least for Chopper. They get 2,400 in this next round, so I mean, there's a good chance they might keep the Mac-10 as well, just so that they can have that bit extra utility to actually work with. But right now, it does seem like GODSENT are willing to hunt in this round, at least. You can see Crystal alongside Maikelele moving forward. We'll probably see Crystal running a little bit more, so maybe Maikelele just stick behind them, see what he can find with this AK. And did they spot Mir going into construction right there is the question. I think they may have.
Chopper's here to help at least. Maybe he'll try it out. Get a little bit of money on the SMG, that's all he can do. Yeah, it looks like they definitely spotted him. Flash in, jumping around the corner, looking at him. 11-9. Spirit not even saving a piece of armor. They're having to fully invest into this. It's going to be all their cash invested. And this is it. They're starting to lose grip on their map pick. They do not want to let this one go. The utility is very low. I mean, look at this, Dean. You've got a kit on Chopper. 2 Molotovs to play with. Now, one is on Chopper, playing towards the B bomb side. It's fairly essential, so that's why you see him go down to the FAMAS instead of an M4. Definitely a worthwhile trade, and they're popping the molly very early on. This kind of concerns me. The other molly is over towards the A bomb side, so if they get really hard rushed, there's not going to be a whole lot they can do about slowing that down and getting any rotates through. Luckily, GODSENT would be a little bit crazy to rely on such an important round to rely on the strategy of a B rush. And so slowing it down, moving towards the top and middle, and seizing map control yet again with their utility. They know this is a very important round, and you may bet that they'll run the clock down before making a decision. And look how passive Spirit are right now. They're literally giving no opportunities for fights until they're on the bomb site, except for Magix, who pushes forward, lobs a nade. He's got a smoke out, and there's 3 players here. They know where he is, and he doesn't expect Zen up close.
Ooh, okay, yeah, but Mirror's already rotated over to cover this cross towards the arch. Smoke goes down eventually, but not before 2 kills are taken and the bomb is dropped, so at least that delays a bit further as well. Maiden actually trying to retrieve it ends up taking a bit of damage, so a great hold there in arch from Mirror. And with that, it's forced Godsend to reconsider what they actually want to do with this round. You can see now beginning to bring it back over towards B. Chopper realizing that this is a possibility, or even a pretty high probability at this point. Is making his way back over towards construction. Really just wants to stay alive. If he goes down, suddenly GODSENT have a chance to swing this round back in their favor again. If he can get at least one though, then it should pretty much confirm it. Okay, not able to find himself the kill there with a bit of an awkward spray on the FAMAS. Spam through the smoke from Maikelele, able to get one as now the bomb goes down. This is definitely winnable here for GODSENT.
Time ticking away. Chopper's up close, about to take a peek into 2 players. Nade goes over. They know he's coming. This is going to be a really hard fight for Chopper, and a free kill for the T side. They immediately blitz into construction, avoiding the angle, but that bomb's going to be tapped. That forces their hand. They have to move forward. Madden now getting a taste of his own medicine. Out wide, but he takes Sundai Young out, and Itis balance on the swing, but Maikelele can play time, and it's done and dusted, Dean. There's not a chance for Itis balance to win that.
The only kit is on Maikelele.
12th.
It's a bit unfortunate.
Well, indeed.
Yeah, no. The time was gone. They didn't have the kit. I think they realized it as well after the first tap came in, then another tap came in. Maikelele realized, no, okay, yeah, this player must not have a defuse kit, so was able to play it relatively safe. Gets GODSENT a 12-9 lead, and that was what, a 2-on-4 right there that they were able to recover. So that is heartbreaking for Team Spirit. 12-9 for GODSENT. Now they've really been just kind of controlling this game since swapping to their T side, and obviously you realize now that even Team Spirit realize it's been a bit of a trouble for them so far. So the pause comes in. They're having a little bit of a chat about what they want to do. The issue is it's mostly going to be focused on this next round, because this one, it's just going to have to be the eco. I mean, with the loss bonus going, they can buy up a little bit, but I wouldn't expect much.
Maikelele has been doing some serious work. It's a little bit out of norm on Inferno to see him fragging so well. A technical pause, yeah. So we'll await word on exactly. Okay, it's an issue with ping spikes. That could take just a couple seconds to fix, up to a couple minutes. You never know, Dean. Internet can be a tricky thing.
Yeah, it can be. I seen someone was lagging a while ago. I wasn't sure if that was on my end when they were hunting down the players in towards construction. Whoever it was kind of like jittered into the corner. I think it was Mir, if I remember correctly.
I think it's Sticko that's having net issues.
Oh, really?
With the ping anyways, yeah.
Maybe I was watching his perspective. I don't think so, though. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah. It was probably my end. Maybe I had some lag. My ping's fine, though.
Could have been GoTV either. You never know. Either way, this is a really good time for a tech pause, because now Team Spirit are just sat there wallowing in their loss. Like, their money is so weird right now. They'll get a couple pistols. They'll get armor. I think a force buy is very unlikely, especially this late on. It's fairly devastating for them. It's better that this is being played online, right? Because if this was in the LAN, I wonder how it's enforced. I don't want to spout negative facts, but usually in a tech pause, you're not allowed to talk, right? So I don't know if...
Oh, I doubt it's enforced online. You can't.
There could be... Yeah, no, there could be someone in their voice server, but it's very unlikely because they could just have another... There's too many variables online. So at least Spirit could talk. What I'm saying is, if they were at a LAN, 100%, they would not be able to speak to each other during a tech pause. And then that's so much worse. When you're in this bad spot, you want to talk and say, it's all right, boys, we got this. But instead, you just have to sit there, stare at your screen. It's just look at that money, look at the round score. But
Hope you
anyways,
can
tech
speak
issues
quickly
fixed.
for when it does go back live. You have like the freeze
Yeah,
time to get
exactly.
everything out.
Yeah. Guys, I'm just ready to go. We can do this. Just spitting it. Just rapping.
Rap God. All right. Yeah, but as I said, Team Spirit not going to be investing much in this round. The focus of that pause, which initially was a tactical pause, was just this next round. I mean, some pistols being upgraded here, Kevlar on a couple of players because they do have the loss bonus, few nades, all of which now has already been used up as that smoke goes down. So, I mean, this should be a pretty straightforward round for Godsend. Again, though, I don't want to count out the pistols. You never can. We've seen them do damage in rounds where we count them out many, many times and even dominate rounds. It depends, of course, on the players hitting their shots. But right now, a little bit of aggression there from Magic's rather down mid was peeking in towards second mid. Did have a Deagle initially trying to cover from the boiler side, but unfortunately he backed away just as Magic's was backing away as well, and of course he wasn't actually able to get back up mid before that happened. So he goes down, no chance for a trade. Godsend, I do expect him to have an easy time from this point forward, apart from the fact now that I realize that they do want to commit into B, which is stacked up with 3 players right now.
Chopper in with one at least. Murr is tucked in the smoke, ready to swing out. They've spotted Itis, Balance, and Chopper. I highly doubt that they suspect Murr to be in this position, but they decide to back off, figuring the rotates will have come through. Sticko is being peeked out, and not a chance to win that duel. They need to move fast if they want to get to the A-bomb site before the CTs rotate all the way around. Oh no, Zen! Chopper's taken that peek, but he's missed all the shots, luckily, allowing Zen to fade back and hold down short. The bomb to be planted. And Maikelele tucked in pit. Oh no, Zen, they're hunting him down. They know where he is, but he sprays 3. And it's only the AK left. Does Chopper go for a save? He's a 1v3, no kit. I'd much rather he just saves his weapon. Oh, not anymore.
Yeah, no, now that he gets that kill especially, he should go for it. They have enough to buy in the next round. Obviously, an AK not something he can purchase, so it was an option, but, I mean, worthwhile going for. What is up with the sprays in this round, man? In this game in general. I mean, at least Chopper's on 12 health, so now he has even less chance of being able to do anything pretty much impossible. And yeah, Zen actually gets the ace.
You know, you can tell these guys don't do, or haven't been doing any graffitiing recently because they're pretty bad at their sprays. Get it? Because spray, like a can that sprays.
Yeah, we got it, Mitch.
It's pretty funny. Everyone at home is laughing.
Got it, Mitch.
You can't hear them because it's Twitch. If it was a live audience, it's different. Everyone's laughing.
Nah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for being toxic. I'm only messing with you. It was still a terrible joke, though.
Oh, it was, absolutely. It was meant to be start to finish. Don't worry. This is really important. If Spirit don't win this, their heads in their hand. Oh, there's Madden with an opening duel. He's peeked out. The flash was a little bit late. He almost got the shot off.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of looked like he did almost hit that. I thought he was maybe after connecting the wall bang, but no, apparently not. But either way, I mean, a 5-on-4 good opening kill by Maiden. They're now beginning to reapproach in towards Banana. Team Spirit do still have 2 players on this side of the map. You can see Chopper's in a position to get flashed in, but he's going to be alone once he does go forward. So if that flash isn't perfect, if they even get a 1-for-1 trade, then B, it could be in trouble, as we do see most of the Godsend players rooting up on Banana. That smoke, though, nice little audio cue. Connected against the legs of Zen. He was actually holding the angle, spamming it while Chopper was backing off, so he does do a little bit of damage, but nothing too substantial. I think at this point, just the fact that they were able to tag up that player with the smoke makes them think, okay, they know now that we know that they're over here pretty much, so they might actually readjust their position over towards A. So they did initially begin a rotation over towards A with a 3rd player, but have decided instead to bring the op back around to B. So I like this. Can play it in the CT spawn, hope to just pick one off once the push comes in, wrap back around, or just cross straight to the bomb site now so they can work together. This could work as well, and yeah, there you go. Get Sticko. The Molotov makes things a little bit more difficult in terms of repositioning. But the main thing is this push has been slowed down massively now from the T side, but they still find that open, and Magix has so much pressure now to hold this, and unfortunately isn't able to do anything when the player comes above on oranges. Maikelele opens up the B-bomb site with that frag. The bomb goes down, and Chopper and Sundai Young in a very difficult retake here.
You have to go for it. Really could flash over, but Crystal, he knows his spray. This man's responsible for some graffitiing, I've heard. Picking that up even though he was full blind. Now 1v2.
Ratting him out, man. Garda.
Even with the kills here, I don't think Sundai Young can win this, neither does he, so he's bailing. Yeah, I completely agree with them going for it in a 2v3. If this was 5 rounds ago, I don't. But like, what are you gonna do? You're 9-13 down. You don't want to concede that 14th over, but there's no option. And with just the M4 saved over, Team Spirit's buy isn't going to look fantastic. You can see that their money is quite low. Sundae can actually drop an M4, but he'll be playing with that utility then. Although I think it's a... I don't know. I really don't know. Like, it's such a hard spot. Do you invest everything now and play for the win? That's 7 consecutive rounds. Or are you playing more realistic Counter-Strike, trying to maximize the damage and the potential of this round, and really play for the tie? I think the tie is probably the right call.
I'm gonna come out with a quote here from G when I was casting them on the last day. It's one of my favorite quotes from. Right now they're between a nail and a hard place.
Fair enough.
He accidentally said that. He clocked it pretty much straight away, and he was like, "What? What did I just say?" I was like, "I don't know, man. I don't know."
Between a bicycle and a car lane.
Oh, that sounds dangerous.
It does. They're in a very dangerous position, Dean. There's no secret about that. Spirit with 3 players in the A-bomb site. Godsend, they're all around them. They're starting to move forward. Long control was conceded. Magix wants to go back out there. He's just going to re-smoke it for now. Hope they push through it and give him a chance. Molly in the corner. And they're hoping to spray him down as he leaves, but he ain't there. Look at the position here for the players on the bomb site itself. Like, Sundae Young can net a couple of kills as they push forward. They're very unlikely to block him off. He's got a smoke there to play around up on top. This is a really nice spot to play from, but as Itis balance dies, the chances just went out the window. I didn't catch that from Sticko's perspective, but it looked nasty on the little flick over.
Yeah, no, it was pretty nasty. He just kind of pre-fired into the smoke and caught him jumping up on top of the bicycle with a quick headshot, so wasn't much that could be done for Sundae Young. Unfortunately, only got himself that 1 kill, which in this situation was clearly not enough. So Chopper and Mirbin just forced into the save at this point. Having the Kevlar, it'll boost up their buy a little bit in this next round, help them out, as they're going to need 6 now to try and take this to an overtime. This has not been a fantastic performance here from Team Spirit on Inferno. It's not what I expected. I said coming into this I was thinking Team Spirit would be looking at a potential 2-0 maybe with the way the maps had gone. Although we said GODSENT not bad on either of the maps either. That's kind of why we've seen what we've seen. It is a fairly equal map pool. Where we're not having a map where we're like, okay, this is going to be an absolute smash. But Team Spirit, they're not looking as good as I hoped they would. And it's going to be tough if they do end up dropping Inferno where it would have been their own map choice.
We said coming into this that this was almost a surefire thing for Spirit. I'm glad I picked Godsend with my heart. We don't need to say what I said about my brain, but my heart was right.
Your brain's never right anyway, so it's fine.
That is true. It doesn't function. It functions at 10%. I need the limitless tablet. Team Spirit, look, they got 3 players early on in Banana. They're trying to reinvent themselves a little bit, but with all of the mollies coming down, I think any notion of getting aggressive there is pretty much out the window. They're trying to aggressively hold, not all the way down the bottom of Banana, but instead up close at the sandbags with 2 players. The wide swing here from Chopper could work out. He's spotted. They know he's up close now. This should be easy to deal with for Crystal coming around the corner. It's Madden, actually, as Chopper jumps 1 too many times. Mur, though, tucked in, shouldn't be expected. Oh no, he's starting to go aggressive. I thought this was going to be a bait play with the AWP, but it doesn't look to be. He'll push after that smoke as things are set at the moment. And with low HP on Madden, it could potentially work out, but Godsend have left Banana completely and look towards the A-bomb site, where only 2 players hold down. This isn't going to be easy, and a lot of pressure on Magix yet again. This time, he's playing over towards the site, and Sundae Young realizes with the smoke coming over that this requires him to stay around, but he runs right into the sight line of Sticko. How did he see him through that smoke?
I have no idea, honestly. They're kind of screwed right now. I think he just about caught him before the smoke bloomed and just had the angle in general, but yeah, I mean, either way, it seemed like they were going to be able to overrun the bomb site. It's left all on Mir right now. He needs to pick up an ace clutch for himself. Has got 2, okay. Almost able to catch that 3rd player on mid, but unfortunately, as the smoke blooms, Sticko just peeks back in and takes himself the kill. So there it is, 16-9